Retail shops are claiming that they might undergo an apocalypse quite soon because they believe that they cannot compete against online merchants. E-commerce has taken over the market by a sweep during the lockdown, and we don't think this will stop. But why are the retail markets scared? Why do they think they cannot compete against online commerce? What measure should they take? Continue watching the video till the end to know more. Hey everyone, and welcome back to yet another video from our channel. We hope you guys are doing extremely well. In this video, we'll be talking about some shocking facts regarding the big retail apocalypse. We will be diving deep into every aspect of this topic, so if you are new to this channel, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now without any further ado, let's hop right into the video. In April, the number of 2017 bankruptcies had already equaled the bankruptcy total in all of 2016, CNN Money. As of June 2017, there have been 5,300 stores closing announcements, which is triple the amount during the same period last year, analysis by Fung Global Retail and Technology, a retail think tank. As of June 2017, more than 300 retailers have filed for bankruptcy, an increase of 31% from the same time last year, Bankruptcy.com. MarketWatch found that over the last year, the department store space bled 29,900 jobs, while general merchandising stores cut 15,700 positions. In May of 2017, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that there were about 19,000 fewer people working in department stores compared to January 2017. According to BLS data, the number of retail openings in February slumped to 541,000, down by 40,000, its worst performance since 2015, US News. BLS data also showed retail layoffs and discharges climbed 37% in February and reached a total of 212,000, its highest level in nearly 2 years, US News. More than 8,600 retail locations are expected to close for good before the end of the year, Credit Suisse. Between 20 and 25% of the nation's shopping malls will close in the next 5 years, Credit Suisse. However, apparel sales are expected to rise, projected to more than double its proportion as 35% of all e-commerce by 2030, up from 17% today, Credit Suisse. In May 2017, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics released data suggesting about 7.5 million retail jobs may be replaced by technology. More than half, 53% of tasks in retail were automatable, a report released in July 2016 from managing consulting firm McKinsey & Company calculated. Value Walk. 37.7 years old is the average age for a retail sales worker. The retail sales worker earns a median annual wage of $22,900. BLS numbers revealed that nearly half of all retail workers are female. In clothing stores, the percentage of female workers is nearly 75%. The demographic of retail salespeople is similar to that of the entire country, with 66% of workers identifying as white, 16% Hispanic, 11% Black, and 5% Asian. Department stores have lost 18 times more workers than coal mining since 2001, The Atlantic. Department stores, including Macy's and JCPenney, have shed nearly 100,000 jobs since October, more than the total number of coal miners or steel workers currently employed in the US, The Atlantic. Manufacturing employs more Americans, about 12.3 million workers, compared to retail sales as 4.5 million. However, retail still employs more Americans than coal, which accounts for 76,000 jobs. Source NBC News. The percentages of Black, Latino, and Asian workers in retail sales are much higher than percentages in the same demographic groups working in the coal industry and in manufacturing, which is much more white and male. San Diego Free Press. The first 2 months of 2017 generated nearly 6 times more retail layoffs than the total layoffs of the energy sector, the next largest line of work in terms of layoffs, US News. The majority of industry experts agree that the retail bubble is real, currently bursting, and largely due to the overproduction of retail spaces, the rise of e-commerce, championed by Amazon, and the shifts in American consumer behavior. Between 1970 and 2015, the number of malls grew more than twice as fast as the number of people in the US. Mall visits fell 50% between 2010 and 2013, and have fallen every year since. Today there are 1,200 malls in the US. In a decade, that number is expected to shrink by 25%. While the last spike in retail bankruptcies during the Great Recession was clearly a byproduct of consumer stress, this time around, consumers are actually spending more than ever. According to Gallup, February 2017 marked the highest average in consumer spending since 2008, with no signs of slowing. As mentioned earlier, apparel sales are actually expected to rise. By 2030, it is predictable to double up to 35% of all e-commerce from 17% today. According to Beacon Economics founding partner Christopher Thornburg, Amazon is simply taking a larger share of the brick-and-mortar sector than ever before. E-commerce is killing brick-and-mortars. The most popular myth of e-commerce leading to the diminished presence of consumers in store is the hardest to stomp out. Shoppers are online and purchasing many products, but they're not buying tires and a number of other categories where in-person exploration adds tremendous value. In fact, Macy's hired 7,000 more temporary workers than planned for this past holiday season. The US Department of Commerce reported that in 2017, e-commerce accounted for 9.1% of retail sales. Furthermore, opening physical stores has become a necessary path for some of the biggest online giants, such as Amazon, Warby Parker, and Bonobos, to name a few. A 2017 Deloitte survey found that 1/3 of consumers polled prefer brands that offer both a store they can visit and an online store. They also reported that they seek more personal connections and advice, something they're lacking from online-only retailers. You have to think about every channel in your customer experience now, understand how customers interact differently on them, and connect the dots with consistent messaging and cross-promotion. Consumers are spending less on retail overall. The Bureau of Economic Analysis reports that retail consumer spending increased by $54.2 billion in the final month of 2017. Coupled with the rise of sales is the increase in consumer confidence in retail. According to the US January Consumer Confidence Index, the positive sentiment consumers have shown with retail sales has hit a record high of 59.5%, up 4 points from December and 7 points from last January, indicating strong retail sales gains for 2018. With strong GDP growth at 4.1%, increased consumer spending is likely to continue. Customers are losing interest in brands. There's a fairy tale rooted in the retail apocalypse that tells the story of brands faltering in their engagement with consumers. However, based on my experience, brands continue to be stronger than ever and now possess direct access to these consumers. In short, they're evolving. In the beauty industry, for example, the lines are blurring between shopping and the salon experience, as brands and retailers team up to create unique experiences to reinvent the customer experience. Focus on what is novel, cool, and separates you apart as a purple cow in a crowded industry. Focus on where customers find joy in working with you and invest. Create shareable moments, which in retail often revolve around Instagram. Investing in your customer experience and community drives brand loyalty and equity. Millennials and Gen Z are killing retail. Millennials are in fact advocates for local economies, even if it costs them more. According to the National Retail Federation and IBM, 98% of Gen Z consumers buy in-store some or most of the time. According to Nielsen, 40% of millennials are willing to shop locally even if it means they spend more. Rather than rooting for retail's demise, the millennial generation actually favors local brick-and-mortar stores for their sales of handmade products and how they provide a personal shopping experience. What's changed over time are the needs of consumers. Today's shoppers desire an engaging, personalized, and streamlined experience, both in-store and online, according to a survey by Total Retail. The largest slice of millennials usually shop because it's fun, even if I don't buy anything. And according to a study by Eventbrite conducted by Harris, 72% of millennials prefer to spend on experiences than on material things. With this in mind, stores need to adapt and innovate to experiential centers or die, bridging experiences across digital and physical channels. That's why my company focuses on bringing the wealth of digital marketing assets in store to drive engagement and attract millennial audiences. The millennial mindset is digital first, which makes the static existing retail experience seem drab and almost shocking in its emptiness. The dynamism is missing. Those same digital assets delivered in-store often deliver better CPAs and CPCs than online efforts can be used to acquire emails and mobile phone numbers for future marketing at attractive acquisition costs. By encouraging people to text or email content or products or even download your mobile app in-store, you can continue the relationship once the shopper leaves your store. And with in-store digital, you are closing the loop on online or broadcast marketing spends at the last mile of 90% of retail purchases by using the same digital content you already have invested in and approved for online. Better consistent messaging means better service experiences by eliminating multi-channel discord. There's a reason why Tulip Retail found that 83% of people think they know more than sales associates. They have access to digital, so should stores and the customers within them. Physical retail isn't dead. Successful retailers are continuously creating unparalleled, immersive, customer-centric experiences in store, enabling brick and mortar to compete with the convenience and variety of online shopping. Winning means taking the strengths of each and creating the best of both worlds. And that's all for today. Did we miss out on anything? Do you have any other insights on this topic? Did you enjoy watching the video? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. We hope you have enjoyed watching the video. Please like the video if you have not already, and make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to press the bell icon to never miss another update from our channel. With that being said, let's meet in another one of these videos. Until then, see ya.